falling in love with Jesus. I'm falling in love.
Man, don't you love starting the new year as a girl whose uterus is getting ripped out of her? Because I sure as hell don't. It's 10 o'clock at night and I finally got up and showered and brushed my teeth. I have been bedrotting for 2 days. I have been crying for hours and hours and hours. My eyelids are swollen, but you should have seen them this morning. My eyes look like this. I never knew tear marks were a thing until I saw girls and other girls comment saying, "Oh my gosh, girl, your tear marks, are you okay?" Well, if you would ask me, my answer would be no, but can you see them? In the corners of my eyes? But that's okay because I girl bossed up and I dermaplaned my face so that I wake up with the most luscious skin, because the perfect skincare routine is an after cry. I put my eye masks on, bags be gone, Victoria's Secret robe on, and my Tatcha hair clips. And the best gosh dang meal in town sponsor me and send me a PR package every single month because I'm gonna need it. Not to mention, guys, I don't even have a bedroom right now. I've stripped my entire room. I was ready for the new year, trust me. Bought all new furniture, except I did put together my new bed, but I don't got nothing else. Because it still has to get put together, walls gotta get painted, carpet gotta get ripped out. I was ready, I was prepared, so raw dog it all and just get it done. But instead the Revolutionary War showed up. And I was projectile vomiting in my bathroom 4 times. Also fell asleep on the bathroom floor. I had so many plans, but you know what that means. Us girls always get a redo. So if the Revolutionary War showed up for you in the beginning of the new year, you get a free week. And now I get to come back strong, better than ever. Something you men will never get to do. How's your new year going? This also means that I get the next few days to buy whatever I want to reward myself. So send me your favorite products and your favorite online shopping stores. Anything, put it in the comments. I'm gonna buy it. Because now I'm coming back. The return, stronger than ever. Don't play with her. Because if I'm equipped for this, I'm equipped for anything. No, literally shut up. I literally wanted to make this video before I go into the gym and I destroy every single knick-knack thing, bone, muscle, body, thing. Hello? Anyways, I just wanted to make this video to say thank you, because you guys don't understand how appreciative I am of the fact that I am able to share my life's experiences and just certain little things of my life with you guys, and that I get feedback that people are literally commenting. I get notifications on my phone. It feels so surreal sometimes, even though I've been doing this for a while, that people are like, "I got up and I went to the gym today thanks to you." Is this even my life? Is this really my life? Is this what God really blessed me with? To know that I'm on a journey of trying to better myself and just feel better about myself, and on that journey I am able to do the same things and motivate and inspire other people. What the actual times where I'm truly just so I disassociate, and I'm just what? Little old Aaliyah, who was 2 years old and was a freaking hair model for her curls, and literally just got kind of cut because she was camera shy and I didn't want to express myself, and now it just makes me so truly happy and just fulfilled from the absolute bottom of my heart. I would not choose to do anything else other than this. If this was the opportunity that I was given for a lifetime, I would absolutely say yes, because I am helping people, and that is one thing that makes my heart feel so much gratitude. I struggle with my own motivation, and even getting up and I'm so bedridden and I'm just I really don't want to do this today. I make all of the possible excuses I can, Aaliyah, you can just take a break, or you can push it off until tomorrow. It's not worth it, and I can't express enough when you finally get yourself up and you finally get yourself to go, how good it feels. Now there are going to be days where it doesn't feel that good, where it's just okay, what did I even do that for? But just know in the long run it is going to pay off. There is honestly nothing that you can regret about getting up and just going. So I've just had to stick to the same thoughts of just keeping it positive, keeping it pee. I had a reality check today because I was watching a lot of female influencers that I follow, and noticing how they're using power as a way to feel they're better than everybody, but then they're also explaining that they're just a girl's girl, and they're using these mean girl tactics. But how are you a girl's girl and you're attacking other girls, and then you're having all these girls side with you? It's just I'm you know what, I'm actually so grateful to be doing what I'm doing instead, because I feel from the bottom of my heart this is at least something that I can be so true and genuine about. So absolutely, there are days when I don't feel like going, where I don't feel like doing anything at all, but I just want to say thank you, because even on those days, this is what I turn to. I have the opportunity and the blessing of receiving a notification on my phone that says I did it today because of you, and I couldn't be more grateful and appreciative of that. So thank you. Choose defeat over defense, because God is asking, where are you? If you feel like you've been trying to find the lost you, then this is for you. The same way Adam and Eve were in the garden and they were given a joyful, prideful life. They woke up every single morning, awaiting for the new day, ready and happy to wake up. And God came and spoke to them every single night. They were only told one thing, which was not to eat from a certain tree in the garden. And when they did, life happened. They became ashamed and guilty, and they hid themselves. And when God began to look for Adam, he asked, Adam, where are you? But we know that the God that we have knows where we are, knows what we're doing at every moment, knows what we're thinking, knows our entire life plan. So God was not just simply asking, where are you? God was asking, where are you, the person that I created you to be? Where is the happiness? Where's the joy? Where's the confidence and security that you had before you grabbed and ate the apple? My point is, life happens. And when life happens, we tend to hide ourselves. We tend to hide our joys and our creativity, our personalities. And if in this place you are asking, where are you? God knows you're tired of being tired. But it's so easy to hide behind the hurt and the past and the why did they have to treat me this way, and to hide behind your mistakes. God knows that's why you're not passionate anymore, where you feel like you've lost you. You can show up to work, you can show up to school, you can show up around family, but you're not actually there. You've checked out. If this is how you feel, the enemy is using you. The enemy would love for you to hide your feelings and to hide your emotions and your creativity and what you can do in this life and your talents and your happiness and your joy. The enemy would love for you to be checked out. God can't heal what's hidden. He needs you to come out and come to him. But you have to make a choice, because God is not going to force you. You have a job and a duty to do as well. We are not able to just kick our feet back in this world and to just let things turn out perfect. We were created perfectly, but we don't live in a perfect world. But we do have a perfect God. The world can't fix your problems. So it's time for you to get back in the game, to choose defeat, to defeat those thoughts, not to choose shame and regret, but to choose happiness, peace, and joy. Because that part that you lost is looking for you right now. I'm sorry, but it's time to do what's uncomfy. It's time to take risks. And I know you're probably already worried about the what ifs. If I do this, it might not turn out well. If I pursue this, I may not be good at it. Of course, it's easy to stay hidden. There's always a possibility of failure, of things not going right. But you will never have peace in a plan that's not for you. Just look at it that way. But the one thing that you will not get to enjoy if you stay hidden is the joy that's been looking for you all along. Do you ever feel like what you're longing for, you're not gonna get? Do you feel like what you want and what you desire in life is simply impossible for you now? Do you feel the impossible? Have you given up yet? Whatever news you've gotten in life is simply not truth. Truth is what factors God into the equation, because he is the truth. We have a limitless God. We have a God that can restore you and surpass all human limitations, all of those limiting beliefs that you have, all of those lies that are being fed into your head. Maybe God is showing you that you just don't have the patience, because instead what you're desiring for, you are focusing on only the end effect and not the next best thing. Instead of thinking impossible, God wants you to think I'm possible. God's truth is that he is a making way. He is forever faithful. He's your home. He's your hiding place. He hears you. He sees you. He knows what you're longing for. He knows your desires. And he's ready to guide you and to teach you. But he just wants you to know that the news that you are receiving, that the lies that you are feeling, are becoming a living reality to you because of your limiting beliefs. He is the truth. Don't let what seems impossible to you steal your hope. Because he is what is ultimately true. And his truth is that with him, there are no limitations. There is no impossible, because you are simply possible. Whatever news you got in life, whatever you feel is impossible, whatever desires you have that you feel like you can't get, whatever you love and you want that you just feel like are just so far from you, if you feel like you need to be brought back to surface level, if you feel like you're sinking, feel like you're doubting yourself, just know that the news that you have is not the truth. You guys know what the hardest thing is? Change. And I know it's probably something you hear all the time, but late at night is my time where I like to sit down and plan out the next days, and then the next day comes and I don't do anything that I planned out the night before. But at nighttime I just get so excited about just planning out what I'm gonna do, and I get so motivated, and then the morning it's gone. And it's gone because I wake up so comfortable that I don't want to get out of bed early, that I don't want to get out and do something that feels different because it's uncomfy. Not because I'm comfortable in my bed, but because it up here in my head, it's uncomfy. It's not normal to me. It's different. Change is different. And we're so acclimated as humans to what we've always been used to and what seems normal to us that we don't want change. We strive for change, but we won't change. But nothing changes if nothing changes. And if that's not the most powerful 5 words that you've ever heard, I don't know what is. And I think about this all the time, and I'm just like, if only it was so easy. It's because we live in a habit. We don't create habits, we live in our own habits. And honestly, your worst enemy is yourself. Stop making excuses and blaming things on other people, or your circumstances, or what surrounds you. Yes, that can be a factor, but just know that you are stronger than all of it. And by knowing that, you just have faith in yourself. The only way that you can prove to yourself that you are stronger than all of it is by simply doing. Just doing. Maybe I need to stop focusing on training my muscles so much and growing bigger muscles, because my mind and my head is the strongest thing to train in my whole body. Everything else revolves around what goes around up here. We literally live in a mental blockage. Life wasn't meant to be easy. We weren't all made to just go out and achieve everything that we want. And I know this is getting really deep, but I think about stories in the Bible. When God said to do, they did. And if they didn't, they suffered their own consequences. A lot of the times there's no such thing as preparation. We don't necessarily always get the opportunity to prepare ourselves for change. Change either happens when your circumstances change or when you change. And if this is a moment where you want to change for the betterment of yourself, it's on you. You can't wait for your circumstances or people around you or your situations to change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if that's in your control, that's on you. Now, don't get me started on control what you can control, because if it's out of your control, that's a different story. Then by all means, take a step back. But if this is something that you are longing for, that you want for yourself, just simply do. And the term simply isn't to be taken lightly, because it's not always that simple. But what is simple is understanding how much control you really have of what goes on up here, and how every single day you let it get the best of you. You have power over your mind, over your subconscious. Whatever you plant in here, whatever is constantly repeated in here, will become a living reality. What you don't have control over is what goes on outside of that. And once you realize that for yourself, you will find strength in yourself. So with that being said, what you believe, you will experience. Because what you don't believe, you will never experience. Let's freaking go. I had my protein coffee this morning and I just hit 200K on Instagram. Anyways, guys, let me know what content do you really enjoy watching from me. I know I ask this all the time, but you guys literally BS. Like, you say dancing videos, okay? No, like, I'm talking like stuff I can actually put thought and mind into and enjoy doing. Obviously, dancing videos are just like set the camera up and dance. But what lifestyle content, like what of my life do you want to see? Let's use our creative thinking minds here. Let's be creative, okay? Anyways, we hit 200K. Okay, I want to be realistic for a second though, because this is my spam account and this is like my little, like, I feel like I'm protected. Obviously, my whole appearance changed. I got a call and I forgot I was filming this video, but now I am here to finish filming the video. I'm trying to like change the way that I think about things, because I get so highly discouraged, obviously, because I started social media. I know you guys always get this talk, but basically, to sum it up, I started social media like years ago, and I was just like expressing myself, dancing, lip syncing, just being like a corny light-skinned girl. And now I'm a second year in college and life's a lot different. So it's really hard to try to pivot and figure out, like, what do I want to do with the platform that I have and the people that I've been here for a while now. And then I get so discouraged by numbers because it either doesn't do good, or I'm just like, people don't like what I do. Like, people must hate me. So social media is definitely really hard. And especially when you're coming from a career aspect of it, obviously a college student, been doing social media, I don't have another job. I'm so grateful, and I am good where I'm at. But I think the most hardest part is how obsessive I get over satisfying other people and trying to like do the right things, and everything has to turn out perfectly, and everybody has to like what I do, and everybody has to like me. And I don't know, is that like a trauma response? like just wanting to please everybody and for people to show that they accept and value me. I really don't know, but I woke up this morning and I was just like so overwhelmingly like wanting to just cry. And I get so obsessive over numbers or like likeness or like validation in a good way, like people being like, Aaliyah, like just hearing like, oh, you're doing a good job, like stuff like that. But then I'm like, 200,000 people, like I imagine putting 200,000 people in a confined area, and I'm like, all of these people know who I am. Not only do they know who I am, but a lot of people value and look up to me. And so like, why would I take away from myself and make myself feel like I'm not doing something right, when there could just be a very few, like 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, 1 person that I could have truly touched their lives and changed their lives, and God knows how, I don't know how, and that would have been enough. That would have been enough to fulfill me and to make me feel like I'm doing something right. So anyways, with that being said, this is definitely really hard for me. I obviously do want ideas, because sometimes your girl I'm just like all over the place. But also I do want to say to those of you who feel like you're not doing enough, no matter what your life looks like, no matter what your family situation looks like, no matter what your job circumstances look like, no matter what your grades look like, whatever it is that makes you feel like you're not doing enough, not enough money in your pockets to get the things that you want and that you desire, wanting to be an addition some way in your life, and you just feel like you're not doing enough. I don't know if it makes you feel better to say someone like me feels the exact same way, and look how different our situations are. So, and this just isn't just about social media, by the way, but with that being said, if I could change one person's life, if I could at least just know that I made one person feel different about something, do something good for themselves, that is all it would take for me. So no matter what you're doing that you feel like it's holding you back and you're just like in a rut or whatever it is, reciprocate that energy out into the world and love other people no matter what. No matter how much people tear you down, no matter how many people hate on you, no matter how many people envy you, no matter how many people see who you are and what you're doing and they want to take from you. Just continue to love and to be kind and to do as God would want you to do, because you will eventually get that in return. And there's no timestamp to when, but just know that what you reciprocate out to the world will eventually come back to you. And it's your choice. It is your choice to choose what that may be. Anyways, this is not just about hitting 200K, but this is more of just a moment of reflection for me and hopefully for you too. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless all of you. Guess who just freaking hit 200 freaking K on Instagram? Thank you guys so much. I literally love you with everything in me. And I speak to say this because we don't need cute right now. We need real. I have experienced the pushback, the hate, the envy, the discouragement. I've experienced quite literally it all on social media, which is very unfortunate, but it is also very important to remember that we live in a broken world. We live in a world where there is so much more of a community of hate than a community of love, where it is so much easier to push your insecurities out on other people and to nitpick at things that they do to make yourself feel better or to get the satisfaction and reaction that you want out of it, than to love one another. And I'm sure we've all had our fair share of moments like that, but I have really had my fair share. I mean, discouragement every single day that I wake up, questioning if what I'm doing is good enough, if I should continue doing what I do, if maybe living more of a private life is better for me, maybe I talk too much, and then feeling like if only people knew who I really was, maybe they wouldn't dislike me so much, or I wouldn't feel so much pushback. But this is wholeheartedly just the broken world that we live in. So I have just had to learn that I shouldn't be surprised anymore when there's envy and when there's pushback and when I feel discouraged and there's jealousy. I shouldn't worry so much about what people have to say or what they think about me, or believing the lies like you can't, you shouldn't, or it's not gonna work out. Because this morning when I woke up and I realized that I hit a milestone, I had a self-reflection moment as well. And I had to remember that if you were to tell me maybe 5 years ago that I would be here right now, I would have never believed it. Because I, even myself, have my own insecurities and lies that I believe that things simply are impossible to reach. That my desires and what I want to do is not achievable. But when I reach the end of my life, am I gonna sit here and be like, wow, Aaliyah, you fought very hard. Congratulations. Or Am I going to be like, dang, I wish I would have fought harder. I wish I would have just kept doing what I love to do. I wish I would have kept talking, yapping, sharing my life's experiences, my thoughts, doing whatever it is I please to do, because it simply makes me feel good, because I like to do it. And not only that, but whatever it is I do, God only knows I could have helped somebody. I could have changed somebody's perspective. I could have uplifted somebody. Could have simply made somebody get out of bed and start their day. The little things that do matter instead of what people have to say about you or what they think about you. So to sum that all up, in life there's going to be a fight. We live in a broken world. We live in a world where you're not always going to get the approval and validation that you want to. We live in a world where your form of approval and validation should be what is good, loving, generosity, kindness, having fun. When it comes to time, are you going to feel fulfilled, like you lived the greatest life that you could have lived for yourself? That no matter what your job circumstances or your life family situations looked like or your grades looked like, you made the best out of what you could do? Or are you going to feel like you fell into the pushback? You let it get the best of you and you wish you would have fought just a little bit more. Let me tell you, everybody is fighting in this world. Everybody is fighting. Whether you're fighting for somebody you love, whether you're fighting against your own insecurity, whether you're fighting for something that you desire, you're fighting against your own lies, you're fighting to live in a more peaceful manner. Whatever it is, everybody is fighting. However, when life itself happens, we get tired and we give up. We feel discouraged. We think we can't do it anymore. The struggle's too hard and we stop fighting. Because why? Because nothing's happening right now, because it's not turning out the way that you want it to right now. Stop believing the lies, and that is something I had to tell myself. No matter what, just keep going. We were not given a spirit of fear. We were given a spirit to fight. You will fail at 100% of the things that you don't even try, that you didn't even push a little bit more, that you didn't even put the effort into, because you were afraid it wouldn't work out. You have a spirit of love, of fight, of compassion. You have a heart that is good. You have a mind that can work good only if you allow it to. But your mind is simply, to me, the strongest thing to train in your entire body. It's not your muscles, it's not your biceps, it's not your quads, it's not your calves. It is your mind. It is a mental game. And with that, you have to know that if you want to make a difference in this world, you have to fight. Like I said, living in a broken world, there are always going to be people who want to steal, kill, and destroy all of your heart's desires, everything that you're trying to do. And you wonder why it feels like when you're doing something good, when you're doing something that you're like, I know this is right, it feels like it's not good enough. It feels like everything is against you. And you want to know why? Expect opposition. When you feel opposition, that means you're doing something good. That means that there is an opportunity for people to want to take. And it is up to you if you're going to let them. Or for example, in a game of basketball, you're wondering why you're getting double or triple teamed. It's because you're powerful. It's because you're dangerous in a good way. If you didn't have anything good to offer to this world, there would be no opposition. People wouldn't want to take. People wouldn't want it. So you should worry when you don't feel opposition, when you don't feel pushback, when you don't feel like there is something against you. So with all of that being said, this is something that I struggle with and that I had to realize myself. This was a moment for me to realize, you know what, Aaliyah, keep doing good. Keep doing what you love. Keep doing what you desire. And the hurtful, discouraging pushback that you get is just a factor of the broken world that we live in. And it's not my problem. Because at the end of the day, it is your choice how you want to live. No matter what people have to say and no matter how hard it gets. And to me, it's either choose to fight or choose to fail. Anyways, thank you guys so much for helping me reach yet again another milestone, and you guys have helped me realize so much, not only about what goes on behind the screen, but what goes on in the real world. Today's gonna be the day that I come on here and I tell you guys that I don't care anymore. Social media is a creative way of self-expression, so I'm just gonna post like I'm nobody on here. Like, this is just for myself, because I literally sit and I watch my videos all the time over and over again anyways. I don't know where along the line of the past few years we all became so judgmental of, one, our own doings, and two, what other people do, because honestly, who cares? It's easy to say, but no, truly, who cares? And if you do care, why do you care so much? You know what I mean? I always sit back and I think like, okay, like when I'm super old, I'm gonna look back and be like, I wish I would have cared less. I wish I would have just done what my heart told me to do. Whatever idea I had in that moment, I wish I would have just done it. I wish I wouldn't have cared so much about how it would turn out or what other people would think. Because honestly, what's the worst that could happen? You're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna say something unkind. So what? We literally live in a fallen world. What else do you expect? There's gonna be people out there who are miserable with their own life. There's gonna be people out there who are insecure with their own selves. There's gonna be people out there who don't even know how to fix their own situation, so all they wanna do is cause chaos in somebody else's life, because maybe that'll make them feel a little bit better. Stop being so critical about what you do. You have free will to do whatever you want to do. Man, I'm nobody's life coach, but I've definitely thought about being one. I'm not even joking, I talked to my mom about it. Minoring in health and wellness, it's been a conversation. Anyways, moral of the story is, who cares? Social media is literally so full of like nitpickers that nitpick at every single thing you do. They cannot wait for you to make one wrong move, pronounce a word wrong, and oh my gosh, your life's ruined. There's an entire army against you in those comments. It does not matter. Who cares? Anyways, I'm just gonna continue being me because that's what God has always put on my heart. God has told me over and over again that there's always going to be a fight in the life that we live, and sometimes it's going to get hard. And just know that when you think that this is the lowest you can go, there's always lower. So be grateful, be yourself, live your life. Time is ticking. This is the type of content that I would make on my spam or my Christian account, but who cares? There are people out there that need to hear this. Love y'all. Maybe you're wondering why you don't fit in anymore, or you feel like you're set apart from other people. You don't have the same desires as the people you used to hang out with, or you wonder why you feel short coming from your friends. Things are starting to seem a little bit more distant for you. You don't have the same interests and hobbies as the people that you used to hang out with. Now you're stuck in a shamble wondering why you feel the way that you do. God is setting you apart because He has something so much better in store for you. You are highly favored. There's absolutely nothing wrong with feeling different, with things feeling a little bit off. They're gonna feel off because different is uncomfortable. Change is always going to be uncomfortable. But would you rather feel uncomfortable for a little bit or comfortable for way too long? We live in a world where it's so normalized to have to always fit in. We look up to people, we want what other people have, we wonder why we can't have it the way that they do, we compare ourselves to other people. And when change is introduced or we get the opportunity of change, we shy away because we're just too scared. What is holding you back, and why are you so scared? God is simply just waiting for you to accept change because He is so limitless that He can change anything. You're not crazy, your feelings aren't lying to you. There's a reason why you feel the way that you do, and it's because God wants better for you. Don't look at this as a destructive period of your life where you seem lost. Count it as a blessing, not a burden, because things are about to get so good. All you have to do is just accept it.
You put faith in humans, I put mine on G-O-D. Just got 5 missed calls on a Sunday, don't you know I'm on D&D. And I can't do Adam and Eve, spirit is willing, flesh is weak. Sin try keep me down in prison, but you know Jesus sets me free.
Hallelujah to one day.